Hi everyone, it's Principal Deneen from Idlewild, and today we want to share with you some important information regarding being a Title I school. This is my 7th year as principal of Idlewild, and I'm very excited to rejoin all of you here at the Eagle's Nest and can't wait until we're all back together again. Now I'm going to have the rest of our admin team introduce themselves to you so that you know exactly who's calling and sending information to you from the various grade levels throughout the year. And then we will jump right into our Title I family meeting for 2021.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julia Austin. I'm assistant principal here. This is my 6th year at Idlewild. I am the contact administrator for 1st, 3rd, 5th grade, as well as our extensions classes.
Hi, I'm Katie Petrillo. This is my first year here at Idlewild, and I'm so excited to join you. I am the contact administrator for kindergarten and 4th grade, as well as our ESL team.
Hey, I'm the Dean of Students as well. My name's Jake Doster, and this is my 2nd year here. I support pre-K and 2nd grade.
So again, this is our curriculum night and Title I parent meeting for the 2021 school year. And we want to talk about the journey beginning. There are things that happen all throughout the year here at Idlewild that families are able to be involved in. Now, as you all know, this is a very different type of year. We have started our school year in a way that has never been done before. So many of the events, activities, and meetings that we'll be talking to you about this evening will be things that might have to take place virtually or might have to wait until we return to school in person and have the availability to have visitors on our campus again. So we have our family outreach events. These are weekly and monthly events that are taking place all throughout each month. And it's a great opportunity for all of our families to be involved. We will focus on student achievement, and there will also be an interpreter available for our limited English-speaking families. Our weekly support sessions are held with our awesome counselors and our school social worker. You may have already noticed links being shared through the Class Dojo platform that give you the opportunity to join the various meetings. The meetings are broken down into grade level bands. There's a K1, a 2-3, and a 4-5 meeting, and our social worker is hosting the weekly parent circle sessions. We also have an opportunity this year that is different from years past. It's a family information monthly meeting, and our very first one will take place on October 6th from 5:30 to 6:30. Our student support services team will be sharing information with our families that gives you an understanding of what is shared in the monthly Eagle edition. This meeting is for all families, but most specifically our families who speak a language other than English, as we will have interpreters available to share the information from the Eagle edition so that all families understand the events and happenings in our school. We have our Real Men of Idlewild meetings, and those take place once a month. We have several events and opportunities for involvement for all of the awesome men in the lives of our children. Our next meeting is October 13th at 6 o'clock. Please use the sign-up link that will be shared through the Class Dojo platform, or you can email Mr. Doster to receive the virtual meeting link. We have campus cleanup events that happen throughout the school year, and these are hosted by our awesome partners at New City Church. We also will have recognition ceremonies that happen each semester and Eagle Pride celebrations that happen twice a quarter. Those Eagle Pride celebrations happen when students earn 100 points by mid-quarter or 200 points by the end of the quarter. We have worked very hard to design some fun celebration activities that can happen in the virtual environment. Each year, we also hold a staff versus parent basketball game, and we hope that at some point this year, we will be able to do this once again. We also have a spring carnival that happens annually Usually it's the first weekend in May, so hopefully we'll be able to have that happen this year. And if so, we encourage our families to volunteer because we always need the support. We also have a wide variety of extracurricular activities that take place. And again, fingers crossed, we hope that we will be able to do all of these. And in fact, our Girls on the Run team has already started for the fall semester. They're having those virtual Girls on the Run meetings already, and we're very excited that we've been able to get that program up and running. So we look forward to being able to have some fun outreach events as well as some great opportunities for our students and our families to be connected to Idlewild. Remember that you can register to volunteer on the CMS website, and even though we may not be able to have volunteers on campus right now, we are very hopeful that that will happen at some point this year, so go ahead and get your registration completed ahead of time. So tonight we're going to learn about a lot of things. The first is Title I. We'll also talk about our school improvement plan and IndoStar. We will talk about your involvement and things that you can do to be a part of Idlewild. We'll also discuss the CMS parent and family engagement policy. We'll talk about school compacts, how to conduct the annual evaluation, funding, and learning experiences for this school year. And finally, we'll talk about TSI.
All right, you might be thinking, what is Title I? Well, being a Title I school means we receive federal funding to supplement our school's existing programs. This funding is used to identify students who are experiencing academic difficulties and provide timely assistance to help students meet the challenging North Carolina content standards. We also purchase supplemental staff, programs, materials, and supplies, conduct parental involvement events and activities, host family meetings and trainings, recruit, hire, and retain high-quality teachers. Being a Title I school also means encouraging parent involvement, and advocating for parent rights. Funding. So how do we use our funds that we get from being a Title I school? Teacher leader pathway positions to support increases in student achievement, supplies and materials, books, technologies, resources, etc. We get 2 tutors to support instructional, especially with reading, parental involvement, field trips, instructional resources, staff training, and professional development.
All schools have a school improvement plan, and this plan does include a needs assessment, a summary of data. It also includes goals and strategies to address both academic and social emotional needs of our students. It includes professional development opportunities, as well as coordination of resources and comprehension budget, and the school's parental involvement plan. This plan can be viewed, and yes, you as the parents have the right to be involved in the development of this plan, but also definitely to view this plan, if you go to indostar.org, the login and the password is guest7104. So if you have interest in knowing about this plan and looking at our specific goals, please make sure you log on and read through the plan. Idlewild is a TSI school. That means that we are identified as a targeted support and improvement school. North Carolina's Every Student Succeeds Act has identified schools in North Carolina that have actually not performed where we wanted them to, and in one of their subgroups. So our students with disabilities is the subgroup that is underperforming. This data was collected a couple years ago, and we're working to make improvements now and address the learning needs. I will tell you there are almost 100 schools in CMS that we are working together with CMS leadership to make sure that we are addressing any deficits and we're putting plans in place to improve. We also have a parent and family engagement plan, and this plan addresses how the school will implement the parental involvement requirements laid out by the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. The components include how parents can be engaged in decision-making and activities, how you as the parent and family engagement funds are being used, and how information and training can be provided to you, the parents, as well as how the school will build capacity with the parents and staff for strong parent and family engagement. As Title I parents, you have the right to be involved in the development of this parent and family engagement plan, and we encourage and welcome your participation. As many of you parents know, if you have a child in a CMS school, there is a contract called a school compact. In previous years, we've been able to send a paper copy of that home with you, and once we start returning in person, we will be sending that home. It is basically a simple compact that is a commitment made by the school, you, the family, and the student to share in the responsibility of improving the child's academic achievement. Parents and families of students in all Title I schools have the right to be involved in the review and revision of this compact. And again, we encourage your participation. If you would like to see our compact, please log on to our Idlewild website, and under our Title I, you can find copies of that compact.
And as Ms. Deneen was saying earlier, while we cannot have volunteers in person on campus, we are very hopeful for the future, but your involvement is needed and it is so very much appreciated. And right now you can participate in parent-teacher conferences. We'll be hosting them virtually, so be on the lookout for that from your teacher. And you can always contact and reach out to your student's teacher to schedule a meeting with them. You can serve on the school improvement plan, which we are meeting virtually. You can volunteer your time to read with a student or serve as a lunch buddy with a student in the future. Participate in events occurring at the school or opportunities to participate in and support school activities. You can volunteer to contact other parents regarding important school information. So reaching out to other parents to get them involved and getting 100% completion on that school parent compact, stuffing envelopes, talking to your neighbors and letting them know about the events, and interpreting and translation. So if you're interested, reach out to our school social worker, Karen Godsman, to volunteer. You can also reach out to some of our family support contacts at Idlewild. We have 3 vice presidents this year. So you have Taryn Burns, Lisa Hollis, and Rachel Yant. And if you want to reach out to them, you can reach them by going to their email, ptaidlewild@gmail.com. You can also reach out to our social worker, Karen Godsman, or our school improvement team chairperson and magnet coordinator, Amanda Helms. And that is our code of student conduct for the district. It was sent out on September 14th through Class Dojo. So please make sure that you sign the parent and student acknowledgement and pledge form that was shared.
All right, everyone. I know there are a lot of questions regarding the Plan B plus remote. And so at this moment, on September 28th, I want to share with you the information that we have available. As you know, there was a CMS Board of Education meeting a few weeks ago where a Plan B return for in-person instruction was shared and approved by the Board of Education. On September 29th, we have our EC Extensions students returning for instruction. And on October 12th, our pre-K students will return. Starting in November, we will have our K-5 students returning with the attendance rotation groups A, B, and C. For the very first week, November 2nd, Group A will return. Then on November 9th, students in Group B attendance rotation will return. And on November 16th, our students in Group C will return. I know that that is seems like a long way out because it is several weeks before our K-5 students start returning, but it definitely will be here before we know it. We did have a district support visit to assess our school readiness for reopening on September 18th, and Idlewild passed with flying colors. Everything is set up and ready to go. We have met all of the compliance requirements for ensuring social distancing, as well as a safe and optimal learning environment for children. Students who are enrolled in the full remote academy will continue their virtual learning, even though we will have students returning for in-person instruction. Students who are not enrolled in the full remote academy will attend school for 1 week of in-person instruction and participate in virtual learning for 2 weeks during each 3-week cycle. More information about the attendance rotations and the 3-week cycle will be shared in mid to late October so that you have all of the information you need. A letter that outlined your child's attendance week was mailed prior to August 17th. If you aren't sure which week your child has been assigned, please feel free to call the school and we will make sure that you get that information. We aren't able to make changes to student attendance group assignments due to transportation needs, and we can't change enrollment from full remote academy to Plan B or vice versa, because we must ensure that we have consistent and well-prepared plans for balancing remote learning and in-person attendance, while also allowing the auxiliary services team in CMS, which includes transportation, child nutrition, and after school, to continue their preparations. However, we understand that there are families who face hardships with these decisions about whether to remain in the full remote academy or to send your child in person, or if you needed to make a change. You can contact Karen Godsman for information and support. We promise that we will do our very best to support your family, and we will do everything we can to make any changes that we are able to make in order to make sure you have your child enrolled in either an in-person or the full remote academy assignment that meets the needs of your family. We will use a variety of formats such as video messages, social media communication, and frequently asked question updates to share information with all of you and provide support prior to our return to in-person instruction. I know that there are many questions that you may have at this time, and there are still questions that we have at the school level. We are awaiting some additional information from the district, and as soon as we have a solid plan crafted, we will be sharing all of that information with you. We want you to understand that we are committed to sharing these opportunities to learn with you, because we want you to know what to expect, and we also want your questions to be answered prior to the transition in November. We thank you in advance for your patience and understanding as we're working to ensure that our team is prepared to support all families and students in that next phase of our 2021 school year. And again, as soon as we have the information that we need to craft a solid plan, we will share everything with our families through videos, social media, and frequently asked question updates so that you will have everything you need prior to students returning. As you know, the district has released remote learning daily minutes. I did a Connect Ed message on Friday evening that shared some information with families regarding these remote learning daily minutes. Idlewild is Completely doing all of this and making sure that we have some options available for our whole group live sessions as well as small group sessions. Ultimately, it is our #1 goal to make sure that students and families feel supported during this remote learning phase. So if your children are needing some extra time away from the computer or need some time to complete their on your own lessons in Canvas, please make sure that you reach out to your child's teachers to communicate any needs that you have. I know as a parent of a 9th grader that there are many evenings where I spend hours trying to teach 9th grade. And it has not been easy for me since it has been almost 2 decades since I've seen any type of math like my daughter Olivia is doing at this time. So I fully understand the strain and stress that is on parents right now, especially parents who are trying their best to work their jobs during the day and having to come home and work with their children at night. So I want all of you to understand that we are here to support you, that if the live sessions and the on your own time is not something that works for your family, please just communicate with your child's teacher and we will do whatever we can to make adjustments for you, as well as to give you some options that you could do in place of certain things, because our ultimate goal is to make sure that our students enjoy learning and that our families feel supported during the remote learning phase of our instructional year. Finally, we want to share some Idlewild communication information with you. And most of you, if you've been a member of the Idlewild team for a year or more, you are already familiar with the various platforms that we use to share communication. But we do have our Idlewild Facebook page at Idlewild Elementary CMS. We have an Instagram account. It's Idlewild Elementary School. We also have a school and my own personal principal Twitter accounts. We have our Class Dojo, School Connects, and Blackboard Connect platforms that only parents who are only parents of Idlewild students can receive the information and messages on those accounts. And we have the Remind text message app. If you open your phone and you message at HD464AK to the number 81010, you will be able to join the Remind text messages. If you need any help with setting up the Remind text messages, please make sure that you contact the school or your child's teacher. We are happy to help you get that set up. But these are just a few of the ways that we will be communicating information to our families now and throughout the rest of the year. So this evening, you are going to get a lot of great information at the Curriculum Night event. Each of our grade levels will be sending out video links that present and share information with our families that are focused on the grade level curriculum that children will learn in the 2021 school year. We are currently working on a plan for in-person instruction, as I mentioned earlier, and we're awaiting those additional directives from our district to ensure our plan is complete. Details and information about the Plan B plus remote will be shared with families through the Class Dojo platform in October. Again, we will be sharing some videos. We will share some information and frequently asked questions just to make sure that all families have the information that they need in order for us to be able to have a successful in-person instructional year. So I hope you enjoy Curriculum Night. I hope that you learn a lot of great information, and always remember that if you have any questions or if you need any assistance at all, we are here to help. You can email or call any one of the 4 administrators at any time, and we are happy to serve and help you. We are so grateful to all of our families for the continued support of our school, our staff, our students, and just knowing that we are partners in this education together really means a lot. All right, everyone, we hope that you enjoy Curriculum Night. Have a great evening. Enjoy those videos. Again, if you have any questions, please contact the 4 of us. We are happy to help. Have a great evening, everyone.